Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien speaking on Sunday, May 19th, along with my friend Bubba, who's waiting for his friend Blue Jay. He saw him yesterday. Right, Bub? Bubba. Yoo-hoo, Bub. Hello. Well, uh, I wanted to do a video today. I'll do a video later on based on 100 years of nothing doing and a lot of mistakes made and nothing learned from 1919 to 2019, but that's a later video. But today I want to do a video on legislating morality. Because it's what you're trying to do today, and you tried it 100 years ago. It failed miserably, and it'll fail miserably here today. And you guys didn't get the lesson 100 years ago. Back in 1919, you wanted to legislate alcohol consumption. So you passed an amendment called the Prohibition Amendment in 1919, the 18th. Remember that? And January 1st, 1920. And it was really, 1919 was a tough year because you had people on both sides protesting all over the place. People got killed over this. And you also had the women's right to vote, which kind of, in a sense, it's kind of funny that 100 years ago you had that one there, because today you're trying to legislate abortion. And to give you a hint here, as a resident alien, I have neither pro nor con. I should be pro-abortion because I was a victim of rape. And trust me, a lot of kids became a victim of rape. They shouldn't have been here. I was one of them. I should never have been here. The families that you call, oh, well, a child should be with the family. Some families don't want it because he's a victim of rape or a product of rape. And they feel he's an abomination. Have you ever thought of that? When you pro-abortion guys here who are trying to limit the women's right, they have a right not to have a kid. That's their body. Same with 100 years ago. You try to legislate drinking. Did it work? Hell no. It went underground, remember? And then you had people like Al Capone and other syndicates in New York City, all over the place, controlling the bootlegging atmosphere. And you had more people getting killed over this than for anything else. And look at the abortion situation since Roe versus Wade in 1973. You got people out there killing doctors, blowing up clinics that do abortions, when you should be legislating abortions to make them safe, not put them on the underground. What's going to happen when you pass these amendments in your states and you're trying to force the federal government to overturn Roe versus Wade? You're going to have the same thing they had in the 1920s, speakeasies. And what would happen? 13 years later, didn't they have to go with the 23rd Amendment to reverse it because it didn't work? You're dealing with rights. The right of people to drink is a fundamental right of human beings. Do they want to get splasted? Well, yeah. There's nothing you can do about it. Just like a woman. Does she have a right to have a kid? Only she can decide that, not you. No Christian, no government official, no nothing can decide that. If she decides to not have the kid, well, look at all the things that you avoid. You avoid the kid being disowned by his own family, being thrown like trash, being put in foster homes, being a criminal later on in life, committing suicide because he can't handle the situation. Is that really what you want, Americans? Really? Like I said, I'm not pro and I'm not anti-abortion. But look at what happened with the drinking. You had to pass the 23rd Amendment Because you couldn't stop it. You can't stop abortion. It'll go underground, and it'll cause a lot more problems. Didn't it cause a lot more problems before the 1973 Roe versus Wade Supreme Court decision there? What is it with you so-called Christians? You're trying to impose your values on other people. This is supposed to be a melting pot. Remember? You guys say that all the time. Well, a woman got their rights to vote 100 years ago. And they were kicked and bully whipped by the police. You ever seen the pictures of 1919? Really? Did you see the pictures of the Prohibition in 1919? Really? What do you think's going to happen here when you pass these laws for the states like Georgia, Louisiana, Alabama, and if the Supreme Court gets there and you get your way and you reverse Roe versus Wade? You're going to have illegal abortions all over the place, which is going to cost more medical heartaches, more expense for the government than you have already. So what do you say, Americans? This is your favorite alien saying, what the hell? Thanks.